Good day, everyone. We are Team 4, and we're going to be presenting you Python set methods. Sets are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Set is one of four built-in data types in Python used to store collections of data. Sets are collections of unique items, and Python provides various methods to manipulate them efficiently. The add method adds an element to a set. Sets do not allow duplicates, so if the element is already present, it won't be added again. In this example, we start with the set apple, banana, and cherry. We then add orange using the add method. Since orange is not already in the set, it gets added. The updated set is printed as apple, cherry, orange, and banana. Here we try to add apple, which already exists in the set. As sets only store unique values, nothing changes. The original output remains apple, banana, and cherry. Sets in Python automatically handle duplicates, ensuring that each element is unique within the collection. The clear method removes all elements from the set, leaving it empty. Initially, the set contains apple, banana, and cherry. When we call the clear method, all items are removed. The output is an empty set. The copy method creates a shallow copy of the set. Changes to the original set won't affect the copied set. The original set fruits contains apple, banana, and cherry. When we use the copy method, a new set X is created with the same element. The output is banana, apple, and cherry. The difference method returns a new set with elements that are in the first set but not in the second. The set X contains apple, banana, and cherry, and Y contains Google, Microsoft, and Apple. The difference method compares the set X and set Y and returns element present only in X but not in Y. The result is cherry and banana because apple is common in both sets. Using the minus operator achieves the same result as difference. The output is still cherry and banana. The difference underscore update method is similar to difference method, but instead of creating a new set, it modifies the original set by removing the common items. The set X initially contains apple, banana, and cherry. After calling the difference underscore update method with Y, the common element apple is removed from the set X. The updated set X is cherry and banana. The discard method removes a specified item from the set. Unlike remove method, it does not raise an error if the item does not exist. Here, we remove banana from the set apple, banana, and cherry using the discard method. The result is apple and cherry. If banana were not in the set, no error would occur. Intersection method returns a new set containing items common to both sets. Here we have the set X contains A, B, and C, and Y contains C, D, and E. The intersection method finds the common item, which is C. The output is C. Here we have the AND operator. It achieves the same result. The output is C. The intersection underscore update method removes items that are not present in both sets from the original set. Initially, set X contains apple, banana, and cherry. After calling the intersection underscore update method with Y, the only common item, apple, remains in set X. The updated set X is apple.
Is this joint method? Ang is this joint method ay nagdedetermine kung ang dalawang sets ay walang commonalities in terms of elements. So, kapag nagre-return siya, ang output niya is either true or false. True kapag walang common elements na nag-share between sa dalawang sets. Then false naman if may kahit isang common element sa parehong sets. So dito meron tayong example na dalawang sets which is set X and set Y. Ang set X we have element apple, banana, cherry. Then sa set Y naman meron tayong element Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So may tatlo tayong element sa bawat sets. So gumamit tayo dito ng is disjoint. So x dot is disjoint y. So tinitingnan dito kung sa set x ay may common element sa set y. Then print z. As you can see, yung output natin dito is false dahil makikita nyo sa parehong set natin na may commonality na element na nagsishare ang set x and set y, which is itong apple. Is subset method. Ito namang is subset method na to ay method siya na nagdedetermine kung ang isang set ay naglalaman ng elements, lahat ng elements sa kabilang set. Dito sa first example natin, meron tayong set X and set Y. Set X, meron tayong element A, element B, and element C. Sa set Y naman, meron tayong element F, element E, element D, element C, element B, element A. So, dito gagamit tayo ng A subset. So, x dot A subset Y tapos print Z. Dito tinitingnan determine kung lahat ng elements ng x ay nag-e-exist sa set Y. So, makikita nyo sa output na to, ang output niya ay true. Take note din na true or false ang nire-return na output sa A subset. True kapag pag ang isang element ay pag ang isang set ay may nagko-contain ng elements, lahat ng elements sa kabilang set. So dito sa X, meron tayong element A, element B, element C. So, sa set Y, makikita natin, meron ditong element C, which is existing din sa set X. Meron tayong element B, na makikita rin natin sa set X, and meron tayong element A, na makikita rin natin sa set X. So, lahat ng elements na napapaloob nito sa set X ay existing sa Y. And ginamit natin yung isubset para ma-determine kung lahat ng elements ng X ay nag-exist sa set Y. So, kaya ang nilalabas niya na output or nire-return ay true. Dito naman sa isa pa nating example ng isubset, meron tayong set X and set Y, dalawang sets. Sa set X, meron tayong element A, element B, element C. Sa set Y naman, meron tayong element F, element E, element D, element C, and element B. So, gagamit ulit tayo ng isubset. Z, which is yung panibagong value natin, kung saan ipiprint yung result, equals X dot is subset Y. So, nitingnan ulit dito kung lahat ng elements ng X ay existing sa Y. Makikita nyo dito yung output is false. Bakit? Kasi meron tayong element B which is existing sa parehong element set X and set Y. Meron tayong element C na existing sa both set X and set Y. Pero walang element A dito sa set Y. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng elements na meron sa set X ay nag-e-exist sa set Y. Kaya, ang nire-return niya na output ay false. Dito sa isa pang example ng is-subset method natin, gumamit naman tayo ng shortcut which is less than or equal to. Shortcut lang siya for is-subset or substitute, pero same logic pa rin. So, we have set X equals, we have element A, we have element B, and element C. Sa set Y naman, meron tayong element F, element E, element D, element C, element B, and element A. So, kapag tina-type natin siya, so, first yung Z, which is yung pinangalan natin sa value na pagpiprintan ng result, equals X is less than or equal to Y. So, dito, tinitingnan kung elements ng X ay existing sa Y. So, print C. As you can see, makikita nyo na yung output natin is true. Dahil lahat ng elements sa set X, which is A, B, and C, ay existing din sa set Y. Is superset method. Ang is-superset method ay nagde-determine kung ang isang set ay nagko-contain ng lahat ng elements sa another set. Para siyang pareho sa is-subset, pero may konting diferensya in terms sa format. Ang kanyang nire-return ay true or false din. Dito sa example natin ng is-superset, meron tayong set X equals to, we have element F, element E, element D, element C, element B, and element A. Sa set Y naman, meron tayong element A, element B, and element C. So, ang pag-type ng syntax nito, we have Z, which is value na pagpuprinta ng result, equals to X dot is superset Y, then print C. Dito, tinitingnan, dina-determine kung lahat ng element sa y ay existing sa x. So, kanina, sa is-subset, tingnan na yung first element natin, which is x, second element natin is y. Dina-determine is lahat ba ng elements sa x ay existing sa second set, which is yung y. Dito naman, parang binaligtad lang siya. O, yung second element ba, which is yung y, lahat ng elements within the set y ay existing sa first set, which is yung x. So, may kita natin sa output, ang re-return niya ay true dahil ang lahat ng elements sa set y ay existing sa set x, which is a, b, and c. Dito sa another example ng isoperset, meron tayong set x, which contains elements f, e, d, c, b. And we have second set y, which is set y. We have element a, b, and c. So, dito gumamit ulit tayo ng isoperset. Z equals x dot isoperset parenthesis y print z. Makikita natin na yung output na nire-return niya is false dahil lahat ng elements ng set y ay hindi existing sa set x. Meron ang set y and set x ay parehong merong element b and c, pero wala siyang element a. So, hindi lahat ng set or hindi lahat ng elements within set y ay existing sa set x, kaya ang return niya na output is false. Dito naman sa isa pang example natin ng isoperset, gagamit man tayo ng shortcut, which is greater than or equal to. Mapapansin nyo kanina sa is-subset natin, ang ginamit natin ay less than or equal to. Dito naman sa isoperset, greater than or equal to. So, sa format niya parang pabaliktad ang style. So, meron tayo ulit set x, may elements f, e, d, c, b, and a. Sa set y naman, meron tayong element a, b, and c. So, pag tinype natin ang syntax na value, new value which is z, equals set x is greater or equal to y, then print z. So, ang value, ang return output niya is true dahil lahat ng elements within set y ay existing sa set x. Same logic, different syntax. Under pa rin siya ng isoperset. Set.pop. Ito ay method na nagre-remove or nagtatanggal ng isang element sa isang set. Dito sa example natin sa pop method, makikita nyo merong code and output sa taas, then may another code and output sa baba. Yung code and output sa taas, ano lang yan, yung set lang yan ng fruits and yung elements within the set fruits. Then yung output niya is yung set ng fruits, since yun yung kinakall natin sa pagpaprint. So, ang paggamit ng pop ay una, itatype natin yung name ng set, which is fruits dito sa example natin. Tapos dot pop and open close parenthesis. Then print natin yung set, which is fruits. So, ang nare-remove ng pop method ay random element. So, dito sa ating output, makikita nyo apple and banana lang yung natira. Ang niremove na element niya is yung cherry. Random ang nire-remove ng pop since unordered ang set. Dito naman sa second example natin ng pop, ito naman ay magre-return ng remove element. So, ang output na binibigay naman niya is yung element na niremove from set. So, dito gumawa tayo ng panibagong variable which is x equals set name which is yung fruits, tapos dot pop open close parenthesis syntax, then ang ipiprint natin is yung x. Dito ipiprint natin yung element na remove. So nireturn niya yung output dito which is banana. Set.remove. Remove naman is tatanggal din siya ng element within set, pero ang kaibahan nga lang niya sa pop is yung remove ay naglalagay tayo ng specific na element na tatanggalin natin sa set. Dito may kita nyo sa code sa baba yung second na code. Meron tayong set name fruits is equal to, meron tayong tatlong elements ng fruits which is apple, banana, and cherry. So ang syntax nito is dot remove. Set name which is fruits dot remove, then open close parenthesis, then quotation mark. Tapos dito ni-specify na natin yung element or yung index na gusto nating tanggalin sa set. So dito ang inassign natin na i-remove na element is banana, then print the set which is fruits. So magiging output niya is cherry and apple since natanggal na yung banana sa set ng fruits. Symmetric difference. Itong method naman na to is ang nire-return niya na output is gumagawa siya ng panibagong set na pinagsasama yung parehong set, dalawang set if may common silang element. So bali dito ang ipiprint niya na output is yung elements ng isang set at ng isa pang set, pero hindi kasama yung common element nila. So example dito, meron tayong set x and set y. Set x meron tayong element apple, banana, and cherry. Sa set y naman meron tayong Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So dito type natin c equals x dot symmetric difference open close parenthesis y, then print c. So makikita nyo dito ang common nila na element ng x and y is apple. So sa output naman gumawa siya ng bagong set which is Google and cherry from set y, and banana and Microsoft from set x. Actually nag-jumble na siya. Pinagsama niya yung set x and set y, then hindi niya sinama yung common element nila which is yung apple. Dito na sa second example ng symmetric difference, gumamit tayo ng shortcut na XOR, pero ang logic ay same pa rin ng symmetric difference. So dito sa code natin gumamit tayo ng z equals to x XOR y, print z. So same pa rin ng ginagawa or nire-return na output set na pinagsasama yung set y and set x. Piniprint niya sa isang set. Then, excluded yung common element nila, which is yung apple. Symmetric difference update. Dito naman is pinagsasama yung sets na may parehong element, and then piniprint yung elements ng parehong sets or ng dalawang sets. Excluded yung common element. So, ganito siya. So, dito sa example natin ng symmetric difference update, meron tayong set x and set y. Set x contains element apple, banana, and cherry. Set y contains element Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So, syntax is x dot symmetric difference update, open close parenthesis y, then print x. So, makikita nyo yung output niya is Google, Microsoft, banana, and cherry, which are elements ng pinagsamang set x and set y, pero excluded yung common element nila, which is yung apple. Then another syntax or shortcut dito is XOR equal to. So, same logic, same sets. So, dito ang pag-type naman natin ng syntax is x XOR equal to y, then print x. Makikita nyo sa output pinagsama elements ng set x and set y. Excluded yung common element ng parehong sets, which is yung apple. Same logic, pero different syntax no, or shortcut lang siya. Union method. Itong method na to ay re-return siya ng output na which is pinagsasama niya yung sets, then in-exclude niya yung duplicates ng common elements ng parehong sets. So, dito first example natin, meron tayong set x and set y, which contain set x, which contain element apple, banana, and cherry. Sa set y naman, meron tayong element Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So, dito, ang ginawa natin ay variable z equals to x dot union, open close parenthesis y. So, pagsasamahan natin yung set x and set y, then print z. So, sa output natin, makikita natin na nireturn niya yung pinagsamang sets ng set x, set y. We have Microsoft, cherry, Google, banana, and apple. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung apple is existing sa parehong set x and set y. So, common element nila. And then, ang ginagawa ng union is tinatanggal yung duplicates. So, ayan, makikita nyo. Pinagsama niya lang yung set x and set y. Then, exclude na duplicates. Ito naman sa second example natin. Gumamit lang tayo ng logical or as shortcut. Pero same logic ng union. So, we have the same set maiwasan niyo yung duplicate. Dito naman tayo sa set.update. Ang ginagawa naman ng update is pinagsasama niya yung dalawang sets by inserting yung isang set sa isa pang set. So, insertion naman siya. Sa example natin, we have set x and set y. Set x which has element apple, banana, and cherry. Sa set y naman, merong element Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So, ang syntax nito ay .update. X.update y. Then print x. Ang output naman natin is Apple, Google, Microsoft, banana, cherry. So, anong nangyari dito? In-insert yung set y sa set x. So, nag-combine sila. Then, tinanggal din yung duplication ng common element nila, which is yung apple. Dito naman sa second example, gumamit tayo ng shortcut ng logical or equal to. So, we have the same sets, set x and set y, with the same elements katulad nung ginamit natin dun sa first example ng update. So, ang syntax niya is x logical or equal to y, then print x. So, yung output na ni-return niya is in-insert lang din yung y sa x, set y sa x. So, kaya nag-combine siya. Cherry, Microsoft, Google, Apple, banana. Then, tinanggal lang din yung duplication. Same logic, pero different syntax lang. Dito naman, in-apply naman yung update sa tatlong sets. We have set x, set y, and set z. So, ang syntax naman yan is x.update y and z. Then, print x. So, ayan, nag-insert pa ng more than one set. So, ayan, nagkaroon ng output na banana, apple, Microsoft, Google, cherry, nag-rent, Google. So, anong nangyari dito ay pinagsama yung lahat ng sets, pero more on insertion na method. Then dito shortcut ng update, logical or equal to, in-apply lang siya sa maraming sets, more than 2 sets. So we have 3 sets ulit, set x, set y, and set z. So ang syntax niya is x logical or equal to y, and logical z. And we have the output of Google, banana, cherry, Apple, Bluebird, and Microsoft. Again, pinagsama lang yung tatlong sets by insertion.
So for the remove set we have two functions we can use to remove a specific item from the set. So we have the remove and discard function. So we use the remove function first. So for example, we have in set name Nugents equals Minji, Heron, and Hani. So if we use the remove function the syntax will be Nugents.remove Minji. If we print the set, the output will be Nugents equals Heron, Hani. Another function we can use is the discard. The syntax will be Nugents.discard Hani. If we print the set will be Nugents equals Heron. So next we have the pop function. So what it does is that it removes the item from the set randomly. For example, we save set Nugents equals Minji, Heron, and Hani. The syntax will be Nugents.pop. Now if we print the set, the output will always be different whenever you print the set. Next we have the clear function. So what it does is, it simply empties the set. Example, we have the set Nugents equals Minji, Heron, and Hani. The syntax for this is Nugents.clear and the output will be blank. The last one for the remove set methods is the del function. So basically what it does is that, it deletes the entire set. For example, the set Nugents equals Minji, Heron and Hani. If we use the del function, the syntax for this is, del Nugents. If we try to print the set, the output will display an error, because we have no set to print because it's already been deleted.
So now moving on, we'll be discussing the Python join sets.
So joining sets in Python refers to merging two or more sets as a single set. When you join sets, it ensures that duplicate elements are removed as sets do not allow duplicate elements. So the first method, the first way of joining Python sets is the union method. Bali, ang logic lang dito is that pinagsasama niya lahat ng items sa both sets, while discarding the duplicates, of course.
So ayun, basically, ang ginagawa lang dito is that pagsasamahin mo yung set, in this case, we have set 1 and set 2, pagsasamahin mo siya, and then you will get a new set, which is set 3. Doon mo ilalagay yung pinagsama mong set 1 and set 2. So therefore, mag-output tayo ng pinagsamang A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3. So dito, in this case, we have 3 different kinds of output. Why? Because we just want to show you that sets doesn't really preserve its order. Kasi ang mga sets ay unordered siya. So hindi niya pine-preserve kung ano yung order na meron yung elements niya. Kaya yan, kaya tatlo yung nakalagay na outputs dyan is just we wanna emphasize that sets are unordered. But the union method is basically pagsasamahin mo yung first set and second set to have a new set.
So for this slide, gusto lang namin ipakita na you can still use union method in joining multiple sets.
So basically, ayun nga, sabi nga dun sa definition, all the joining methods and operators can be used to join multiple sets. So ayun, lahat ng joining methods and operators can be used with multiple sets. Ang kaibahan lang is basically sa magkaiba yung functions ng methods and ng operators, as you will learn mamaya.
So ito na nga yung yung operator, which is basically yung equivalent ni union method. Bali same lang din sila ng function or logic. Same lang din sila ng ginagawa. Bali ang pinagkaiba lang is that for operator may rule na only sets to sets ang pwedeng ipag-join.
So, ayun, sabi ko nga kanina, yung lahat ng operators or lahat ng joining methods and operators can be used in multiple sets. Pero ang kaibahan lang is that operators functions differently sa methods, kasi ang methods pwede niyang i-join yung multiple types of data, as you will see later. Pero yun, dito mo tayo sa operator na in this case we have set 1, set 2 ulit, but in this case we have the pipe operator as our union function. So ayun, bali as you can see, basically, ang ginawa lang, pinalitan lang yung word na union. Instead of set 1 dot union set 2, ang ginawa lang is set 1 pipe operator set 2, which makes your code more readable and clean. So yun lang. Bali, kumbaga, mainly, ang kaibahan lang ng operator sa method is just operator will make your code more readable and more clean.
Okay, so same as earlier, we have the pipe operator with multiple sets. We just want to show that it is also possible to join multiple sets using the operator.
So yes, bali, as you can see kanina sa union method, union method can be used to join multiple sets as well as the operator. Kasi sabi nga kanina, lahat naman sila pwede naman. But may kanya-kanya lang silang conditions. So, for this operator, this is multiple sets but with the same data types. Kasi nga sa operator, we don't join different data types kapag operator ang ginagamit. So, for in this case, we have the set 1 to 4 na pare-pares lang naman silang sets. Wala namang naiiba dyan. Kahit na yung elements nila ay iba-iba. Like, for example, sa set 1, supposedly parang 'di ba character siya since letters lang naman siya A, B, and C. Sa set 2 we have supposedly integers ang tawag sa kanya since we have numbers 1, 2, and 3 and strings sa sets 3 and 4. Pero dahil nakaset siya, pare-pares pa din siya kasi pare-pares naman siyang sets. So walang magkakaibang data types kasi still pare-pares lang silang sets. So ayun, bali sets 1 to 4, we just combine it with the pipe operator or with the union. You can use whatever you want, but we need to call another set or a new set to print para mapalabas kung ano yung pinagsama-sama nating sets.
Next, we have union method with list and tuples. For this example, we just want to show na yung hindi natin magawa kanina sa operator kasi nga sabi na only sets to sets kapag operator. So bali, ito siya. Example ng method with other data types.
So ayun, bali ito nga yung sinasabi natin kanina na when it comes to methods, we can use it to join different data types such as lists, tuples, and sets. So as you can see here, we have the set X combined with the tuple Y. So ayun, bali magkaiba siyang data type kasi yung isa set, yung isa tuple, pero na-join pa din natin siya. Pero it's because of the union method. Kasi kung ilalagay natin dyan, yung pipe operator, hindi siya pwede. Kasi operator lang naman siya. So, yun, that's basically it.
Okay, so now we're done with the union method. So the next way to join sets is using the update method. So dito naman sa update method, unlike kay union na gagawa pa tayo na magde-declare pa tayo ng panibagong set, dito hindi na natin kailangang mag-declare kasi ang gagawin na lang is i-update niya yung original set.
So, ayun, bali, ayun nga, as you can see here in the syntax, meron tayong set 1 that updates set 2, print set 1. While kanina, we have this my set or we have set 3. Kumbaga, tumatawag pa tayo ng panibagong set just to print yung combined set. Wherein dito kapag we used update method, hindi mo na kailangan gawin yun kasi pwede mo nang gamitin yung original set mo, which in this case is set 1. Pwede mo naman siyang baliktarin, pero ayun, bali ang mangyayari, yung original set mo is yun na yung magre-reflect nung updated version. Bali, in this case, set 1, ABC, pero nung in-update mo siya together with set 2, nung pinrint mo siya ulit, may iba na siyang laman. Kasi nga, kapag update, dinadagdagan niya na yung laman agad.
So, another way of joining Python sets is using the intersection method where we will keep only the duplicates. So, bali ang i-return lang niya doon sa panibagong set is yung items na magkaparehas doon sa both sets.
So, ayun, sabi kanina, dinidiscard daw natin yung mga duplicates sa union and kanina. But in this case, ngayon, sa intersection naman, we we use it differently, contradicting dun sa ginagawa kanina. Bali sa intersection, ang ginagawa niya is yung duplicates lang ang kinukuha niya. So dito sa set 1, set 2, we have the common element which is the apple. So kaya nung kinuha niya yung intersection nilang dalawa, apple yung lumabas.
To continue, for the intersection method, bali, kino-consider niyang same value, yung true and 1. And the same goes for false and 0.
So, ayun, bali, ang mangyari lang, ganun lang din kanina, it has the same function, but in this case, 1 is equals to true and false is equals to 0. So, kaya dito, kung mapapansin nyo, yung 0 and false, isa lang yung nakuha, which is yung false. Kasi, equal naman sila eh. Basically, they have the same value. Kaya isa lang yung nakukuha nila. Kasi nga, di ba, sabi, hindi naman talaga kinukuha yung duplicates. Okay, so, kaya, nung ginoin natin sila, or in-intersection natin sila rather, isa lang yung kinuha nila. Kasi nga, parehas naman na ng ano yun, ng value. Kaya dito, we have false, 1, and apple. Yung 1, kasi duplicate siya, same goes with apple. Yung numbers 1 ng set 1 and number 1 ng set 2, kinount siya as isa lang, isang element lang kasi duplicate siya. Pero yung true, di ba sabi, true is equals to 1. Hindi na siya kinuha, wala nang true na lumabas sa output. It is because that number 1 is also true. And number 1 is also, true is also 1. So, since parehas lang siya, isa na lang din yung kinuha. And same goes dun, yung sa Apple naman kasi, yun, basically, duplicate siya kaya isa lang yung kinuha.
So ngayon, if gusto nating gumamit ng operator instead of the method, bali ang equivalent ni intersection method sa operator is itong si ampersand. Bali same lang sila ng ginagawa ng logic. The only downside is that yung operator only allows to join sets with sets.
So, ayun, basically, parehas lang ulit yan. Again, we just have to emphasize na ang main difference lang talaga ng operator with the methods is just methods can be used with different data types such as lists, tuples, and methods, and sets, while operators cannot kasi operators lang sila. But it has the same exact function, just like in this one. Kasi dito, pwede naman ang syntax mo dyan is katulad ng ganito sa intersection eh. You can just use set 1 that intersection set 2. But in this case, to make it more clean and to make it more readable and ayun nga, mas madali siya i-code, mas malinis, we just use operator. So that's basically the benefit of operator. But if you want to join or combine different data types, well, you will be forced to go with the methods. But if you're working with same data types, you can just go with operators since it will make your code cleaner and more readable. Pero parehas lang din naman ng output, which is kung ano yung intersection ng set 1 and set 2 in this case.
Next, we have the intersection underscore update method. So, basically dito, pinagsasama niya lang yung function ng dalawa wherein uunahin niya yung intersection, yung ikikip niya lang kung ano yung duplicates or magkaparehas na item. And then, instead na magre-return siya ng panibagong set, i-update niya lang yung original set.
So basically, we just have to combine the idea of intersection and the update. And since update doesn't really have to work with a new set just to print the updated version of the sets, ganun lang din naman yung ano. Pwede naman na intersection lang, pero gagawa ka ng new set, just like in this one. May set 3 tayo. Pero yung update naman, sinamahan natin ng intersection. That is why, ang ginagawa na tong function is intersection siya with the idea of kukunin mo lang yung duplicate elements, but with the idea of update kasi hindi mo na kailangan ng additional sets. Bali, ang ginagawa niya is yung original set mo, pwede naman na set 2 that intersection update set 1, pero ang magiging original set mo nun is yung set 2. Bale, ang mangyayari kasi doon is kung ano yung different sa set 2 na wala sa set 1, or kung ano yung or ano yung difference nila pala sa both of them, kung ano yung saan sila nag-meet, kung ano yung point nila. So, in this case, it's Apple kasi yun yung meron lang sila parehas, yun yung common sa kanilang dalawa, set 1, set 2, may Apple. So, ayun, intersection, Apple, but the update, yun yung nagtatanggal ng panibagong set.
After intersection, now we have the difference method. Bali dito, nire-return niya lang yung mga items na nasa set 1 na wala sa set 2. Or pwedeng pagbalik na rin natin kung ano yung nasa set 2 na wala sa set 1.
So, ayun, this is what I'm talking about earlier na, ayun nga, sabi nga kanina na pwede siyang pagbaliktarin pero ang magiging basis kasi doon ng kukuhanan mo is kung ano yung mauuna sa syntax. Like for example, this one, in this case, set 1 that difference set 2. So, ang kinukuha niya is yung difference daw ng set 1 na wala sa set 2. But pag binaliktad mo siya, ang mangyayari doon is yung kung ano yung set 2, kung ano yung meron sa set 2 na wala sa set 1. So, in this case, dahil set 1 different set 2, cherry and banana yung lumabas. Kasi, yun yung kaibahan ng set 1 sa set 2.
So now we have the operator equivalent of the difference, where it's just the minus sign or the dash sign. So instead na gumamit ka ng method, yan, you can just use operator na sets to sets lang ang pwedeng pag-join.
Yeah, so ayun. Again, operator, same function, but iba lang ng conditions. So, ayun, basically, yun lang din tinawag lang yung intersection, and cherry and banana pa rin naman yung lumabas.
Next, we have the difference update method, which is just the same as dun sa intersection underscore update, where kung ano yung naunang method, yun yung pina-prioritize niya, and then i-update niya lang yung set.
So, ayun, bali, ang difference nga kung ano yung kaibahan ng isang set dun sa isa, I mean yung kaibahan ng isang set na wala dun sa isa, so kukuhanin niya lang yun, but in this case, we have the update method which makes it na mag-a-appear sa original set. So, kumbaga, i-update lang niya yung set 1 para makuha yung updated version ng set 1 kasi ang ginagawa niya yung ginagawa niyong revision, nire-reflect niya na dun sa sarili niyang set.
Now that we're done with the difference method, we have this symmetric underscore difference method. So bali dito naman, kung ano yung elements na walang magkaparehas dun sa both sets, yung i-return niya.
So, ayun, bali, kung ano yung, basically, dito sa example, as you can see, cherry, Google, banana, Microsoft yung output. Samantalang kanina, cherry and banana lang yung nakukuha natin. And that is because dito sa symmetric difference, since it's symmetrical, which means na pantay siya dapat, equal yung both sides. So, kung ano yung difference ng set 1 sa set 2, kinukuha, which is the cherry and banana. At the same time, kukunin mo din yung difference ng set 2 na wala sa set 1, which in this case is Google and Microsoft. So, pag pinagsama mo siya, using the symmetric difference, you'll get this output, cherry, Google, banana, Microsoft.
Next, we have the superscript operator, which is uh, just the equivalent of symmetric underscore difference method. Bali, same lang din sila ng logic, just like yung previous operators kanina, where, again, sets to sets lang ang pag-join.
Bali, ayun, basically, again, yun nga, basically, ang difference lang nila is dahil operator to. Bali, same function, but with cleaner code and more readable, and that's basically it. Kasi ang kaibahan lang naman nila is the condition that operator only allows to join sets with sets, not with other data types. But as you can see, parehas pa rin naman ang output. Cherry, Banana, Microsoft, and Google.
And then finally, we have this symmetric underscore difference underscore update method, wherein pinagsasama niya lang yung both functions nitong dalawang method. And syempre, uunahin niya yung symmetric difference, where kukunin niya lang yung items na wala magkaparehas, and then sa kanya i-update yung set.
So basically, ayun nga, ulit, in this case, we have the same output, but the only difference here is that we didn't use a new set to print the updated set. Unlike with this example, na in this case, we used set 3 as our new set to print the updated version of the sets. But in this case, we just use the set 1 or the original set. Kasi nga, pag update, hindi mo naman kailangan ng new set para ma-print yung revised version. Ang ginagawa niya is, ina-update na niya yung original set and yun yung pinapakita niya. Kaya, yun yung nangyayari. Pero, yun nga, we have symmetric difference first. Symmetric difference, same function, kukunin mo yung kaibahan ng set 1 to set 2 and vice versa, and then you'll print it, but in this case, with the update method. And there you go. That will conclude our presentation. Again, this is Team 4. Thank you for